In this video, I'm going to show you how you can properly perform the two-arm swing. In the previous video, I talked about how you can properly hike a bell, a skill that you need to master in order for you to do a proper kettlebell two-arm swing. And I also talked about how you can clean a bell off the floor and put it safely on the floor. You can watch this video by clicking on this link. Before you start practicing with the kettlebell to perform the two-arm kettlebell swing, you need to first master the bottom position of the swing, which is the following. First, you need to be able to properly perform a hip hinge. If you haven't seen my video on how to perform a hip hinge, click on this link to learn properly how to perform a hip hinge. So first, hinge back, put your edges of your hands at the creases of your hips. Bring your hip as back as possible. Make sure the shin is 90 degrees, the hips above the knees and under the shoulders. From here, fully extend your arms and bring it all the way back, where your arms or your forearms are touching the upper side or the upper part of your inner thighs. You need to be able to hold this position before you start practicing the kettlebell swing. You should also feel your hamstrings are stretched like a bow, because in the swing it replicates the bow motion. So when you pull the bow ring back and you let it go, your hamstrings will function exactly the same. So master this move first before you start practicing with the kettlebell. Another skill that you need to master before you perform your first kettlebell swing is the kettlebell two-arm hike. I have covered the one-arm kettlebell hike in this video. You can watch it by clicking on this link. Let me now cover how you perform a hike using two hands. Step away or stand up behind the kettlebell approximately 1 foot behind the kettlebell. Hinge back. Keep your hips above your knees under your shoulders. Your shins are too high. Your weight is on your heels. Tilt the kettlebell. Make sure your lats are engaged and the kettlebell form an extension of your arms. Now, without any movement, try as much as you can to be as stable as possible, is to hike the bell, making sure that the forearms are touching the upper side or upper portion of your thighs. So, this is how you perform the two-arm kettlebell hike. The next thing you need to master is to release the bow. Since in a hike position, in this position, your hamstrings are extremely engaged and stretched, the next thing you need to do is to release. You release after the hike by suddenly standing up. When you need to suddenly, as fast as possible, stand up by driving your heels in the deck, pulling your kneecaps and cramping your glutes all at the same time as fast as possible. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to do one swing and now put it back on the floor and repeat. So I'm going to hike and swing it. So now, this is how you perform the one kettlebell two-arm swing and put it back safely on the floor. The next thing we will learn is how you perform a continuous kettlebell two-arm swing. The next skill that you need to master is the lockout. The lockout movement or the lockout position is when the kettlebell is at this level. When you swing the kettlebell is going to float by itself for a second over here. And you need to be guiding the kettlebell down with your lats. But few points that you need to pay attention to in the lockout is when the kettlebell is here, you need to make sure that your heels are driving, keep driving towards the floor, quads are, kneecaps are fully stretched, engaged glutes, engaged quads, core is engaged, and lats are engaged. And you need to make sure that the neck is not sticking forward as if someone is pulling you up towards the ceiling. So this is the lock position. Now, when you start guiding the kettlebell down with your lats, on the way down, the timing of when you hinge back is very important. You don't want to hinge back when the kettlebell is still here. You need to wait and keep waiting. When the kettlebell is about to hit the upper groins or your hips, you start guiding the kettlebell back by simply hinging back, making sure that the forearms are completely connected to the upper side of your inner thighs. And from here, you repeat the motion all over again. Let's do it together. I'm going to do it this way so you can see. One thing I didn't talk about is the neck position at the bottom of the swing. Here, you don't want to completely looking up and straight. You don't want to put a lot of tension on your neck. Look at the horizon. It can be slightly flexed, or you can simply look straight in front of you. So your eyesight will follow, for example, the kettlebell. So from here, like this, or your chest, another way, like this. Woo! Proper breathing is extremely important when performing the two-arm swing. So, what you need to do is, when the kettlebell is going down, down here, you can inhale, and then when you stand up suddenly, you can do a short exhalation, like this, without releasing all the air within your stomach in order to maintain this abdominal pressure. So it goes like this. So you inhale on the way down, and then you short, very intense exhalation at the lockout. Before I introduce the next video in this free kettlebell course, I have a question for you. Do you feel ready after watching this video to perform your first kettlebell swing the proper way? If yes, then write yes in the comment section below. If you feel you need more information or more details about a certain aspect of executing the kettlebell swing, let me know in the comment section below to make sure to cover it in my upcoming videos. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how you can properly perform the single arm kettlebell swing and the kettlebell high pull. But before that, make sure to like this video if you really like the content of this video. Share it with your friends if you believe they might be interested in learning how to train with kettlebells. And finally, don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell icon if you want to get notified when I post this upcoming video. See you soon.